It's a secret that lots of these big box stores don't tell customers, but I did figure it out and I'm going to share it with you. So you should definitely watch this video. Hi guys, Determined Gardener here. Today is fall. It's a beautiful fall day, and that means lots of people are going to those big box stores getting, you guessed it, mums. They are so popular during this season. But unfortunately, lots of people buy these beautiful potted mums and end up throwing them away. That's right, throwing them away after they have all died. So I'm going to show you why you should not be buying mums in pots. And if you do buy mums in pots, what to do with them afterwards. I will show you what you should be doing instead of leaving them in pots, so these beautiful mums can come back in your garden year after year. Now guys, there are two types of mums, ones that are annual and ones that are hardy. Now most big box stores sell the ones that are annuals, but even the annual ones you can get to come back depending on where you live, depending on what state and how cold your city or state gets. Now, if you are in a zone where, like maybe Canada, where it's really freezing, these mums unfortunately are not going to come back. You can just enjoy them for the season. But if you are in a zone 5 and above, like where I am, 7B, you can get these mums to come back each year. And the trick is, now get this, the trick is not to leave them in pots, but to plant them in the ground. That's right, plant them in the ground in the fall. Now guys, before I plant them in the ground, I show you how to do that. Take a look at the mum first. Just take a look at this. What's wrong with this? There is something wrong with this mum. Okay, if you don't know, it's fully bloomed. Yes, it's fully bloomed. And that's what lots of stores attract customers with. They have these mums that are fully bloomed, and you bring them home, you enjoy them for a couple of weeks, and then they start to die. So instead of going for these fully bloomed mums that you don't know how old they are in the store, instead get these type of mums. That's right, mums that have buds, lots of closed buds. That way you can extend your gardening season. That way you know the mum is brand new and has all this energy to give you all these buds instead of one that is old. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I plant these mums. Now, Garden Gems, the good news about mums is that they're one of the more easier shrubs to get in your garden, meaning that they don't take a lot of work. But throughout the years, the mistake I used to do is I used to plant these mums really deep in the ground. And that's something that you want to avoid, because when I did that, when I went to water, all the leaves would get moist and mildew. So you want to avoid planting mums deep in the ground. You want to make it more of a shallow root system instead of planting them really deep in the ground. So if you are planning on planting these mums, you want to make a hole no more bigger than the size of the pot, and then you just want to plant them in the ground. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm planting this mum in my border. This is a spot where I actually planted it a couple of seasons ago, and it grew for 3 years. So I already made a hole. You can see right here. It's about maybe 2.5, 3 inches deep. But if I put the mum in here, you can see that it is not going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of the soil, and you don't have to do this. This is just what I do. You can put the whole mum in there if you have a bigger hole. But since I don't have a bigger hole, I'm just going to carefully loosen up the roots so I can fit the mum inside the hole. And you don't want to rip any roots. You just want to kind of squeeze it and just get it loose. That way it will be able to get into the ground a little easier, and the roots will be able to attach to the soil easier because it will not be condensed. And I'm going to get into a small root ball like this. Again, you don't have to do this. You can just put the whole mum, after you remove it from the pot, you can put the whole mum inside the hole. But since my hole is really small, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to shake it off like this. And here you go. The root ball is right there. And I'm just going to stick it in the hole. But before I do this, this is my secret. I use Biotone. This is a plant starter food, and this will help the plant to actually get a little bit nutrients in there. It'll help it grow a little bit better in the fall. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in there like that, just a little bit. I'm gonna mix it up, and then I'm gonna pop this baby right into the ground like that. Now what I do is I reuse the dirt or the medium, and I put it right back in there, so I'm not wasting anything. You can use garden soil, but that's what I do. I just put all the stuff and this is really good stuff that I'm not going to waste, so I just put it right back in there. And you want to pick a spot where it's very sunny. You don't want a spot where there's shade, because then the buds are not going to bloom as well. You want a sunny spot to put your mum in. And then after that, I'm going to put a little bit more garden dirt on it, because this is fluffy soil, to make sure it's nicely packed. And you can mulch these mums if you want. I don't do that because I don't want to rotten the mums, because if you water mums too much, that's not a good thing. You want to water and then let them dry out a little bit and then water again. So here we go. And the last thing, of course, is watering, which I'm going to do. And you never want to water mums like this. You want to always stay close to the base of the mum. So Garden Gems, that was pretty easy peasy, right? For those of you that are in colder climates, I would recommend putting the mum in the ground before the first frost date. That way it will have a better chance to survive. Also, you may want to mulch the mum, mulch around the mum, because those colder temperatures can really be brutal in those colder states. So I would suggest putting some mulch around the mum. That way you can protect the mum from those really cold winters. So Garden Gems, this is another important gardening hack. I went to one of the big box stores and I compared some of the prices. And did you know that it ended up that I was buying a smaller pot for more money, and the bigger pot like this one was cheaper? That's what some big box stores do. And it's a little secret that you should know that they do when it comes to buying mums. So in this video, the next video that you're going to want to watch, I show you how to pick out your mums and what to look for to make sure that you're getting the best bargain for your mums. And it's a secret that lots of these big box stores don't tell customers, but I did figure it out and I'm going to share it with you. So you should definitely watch this upcoming video. Again, thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, This Determined Gardener. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and of course, share it with your family and friends. And if you got any useful information from this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions. Put it in the comment section. Which mums do you like? Which color mums do you like? Do you like the yellow? Do you like the pink? Do you like the burgundy? Share those comments with me and I will definitely respond to them as soon as possible. Again, thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. Don't forget to look at that upcoming video, because we are going to visit to one of those big box stores and I'm going to show you myself what I'm talking about. You're going to want to watch this video and stay tuned.